Hi there, today I'm going to talk about prefer and would rather. Prefer to and prefer plus ing. When you say what do you prefer in general, you can use prefer to or prefer plus ing. For example, I don't like cities. I prefer to live in the country or I prefer living in the country. You can say prefer something to do else. Prefer doing something to doing something. To doing something else rather than doing something else. Prefer to do something or rather than do something else. I prefer this code to the other one. I prefer driving to traveling by train. Or I prefer driving rather than traveling by train. Both are the same. Prefer driving to or prefer we can use whatever of them. Rather or to. I prefer to drive rather than travel by train. Sarah prefers to live in the country rather than in the city. If you want to show that you know a lot of vocabulary or you have an advanced vocabulary, you can use rather instead of to. Would prefer, I prefer. We use would prefer to say that somebody wants in a specific situation, not in a general situation. For example, would prefer tea or coffee? Coffee, please. I prefer coffee. I would prefer coffee. We say would prefer to say something not usually would prefer doing. For example, shall we go by train? I prefer to drive. I prefer to stay at home tonight rather than to go to the cinema. The meaning of rather than is en lugar de o en vez de. Would rather. I rather the same as I would rather. I rather to do something. I prefer to do it. Compare. I rather do. Not I rather to do. Shall we go by train? I rather drive. Or I prefer to drive. Whatever of them. Which would you rather do? Which would you prefer to do? Go to the cinema or go to the shopping? The negative is I rather not. I'm tired. I'd rather not go out this evening. If you don't mind. Do you want to go out this evening? I'd rather not. We say I'd rather do one thing than do another. For example, I'd rather stay at home tonight than go to the cinema. Preferiría quedarme en casa en lugar de salir al cine. I'd rather somebody did something. We say I'd rather you did something, not rather you do. Who's going to drive? You or me? I'd rather you drove. Jack says, he'll repair your bike tomorrow, okay? I'd rather he did it today. Are you going to tell Anna what happened? Or would you rather I told her? This expression is in present, it's not past, even if we are using it in the past form. We use past verb there here. The meaning is present, not past, as I mentioned before. Compare. I'd rather make dinner now. I'd rather you made dinner now. When we use the object between rather and the verb, we should put the following verb in past form. I'd rather you didn't. I prefer you not to do it. Prefiero que no lo hagas. I'd rather you didn't tell anyone what I said. Shall I tell Anna what happened? I'd rather you didn't. Are you going to tell Anna what happened? No, I'd rather she didn't know. That's it for today. Take care.